Hey guys, this is Nefis here, and I would like to share with you the updated version of that vCR +1/+2/+3 tank build setup that I did for Cloud Rest a long time ago. I think it was like pre-Murkmire. A lot of people have been asking me what's changed. Would you still do the same thing? So this is going to be a very quick overview of what I would do and what I have done as of post-Murkmire. The gear-wise, it's pretty much still going to be the same. Traits might be a little different on the jewelry, but for the current Wrathstone patch and for future patches, I'll probably still keep Earthgore. I know that Earthgore, I am aware that Earthgore is going to be changed, or rather nerfed, that to the point where you'll only heal one target, the lowest health bar target, which is fine, because most of the time the Earthgore only procs on you usually anyway. The only thing that this will affect is people passing through the Earthgore and with you still inside of it will not heal them, especially down in the Shadow Realm, but again, not a big deal. We're still talking about a tank build that's built to keep you safe, keep you, from death. Tank dying is possibly the worst thing that can happen in Veteran Cloud Rest, regardless of difficulty, because it just fucks everything up. So Earthgore it is. We're still going to keep it. 5-piece Torix, still going to keep it. It's really nice. The spell resistance, max health, and the fact that it increases our Crusher enchant value and also decreases the cooldown is pretty damn good. And there's nothing else really to wear besides this as a tank. You don't really need Ebon because your group healer can wear it. You don't really need Worm because your kite healer can wear it. It's just a matter of basically making sure your armor penetration is good. You'll still have Alkash, regardless of whether you're the constant off tank or one of the two main tanks changing on Zamaja. It doesn't really matter. As a tank in Cloud Rest, you will always have Alkash, unless for some reason your group doesn't want you to, or they respect otherwise. I don't know why, but sure, why not? Jewelry traits wise, I used to do like 2 Harmony, 1 Infused, or as you guys saw in my previous videos, a mix of other stuff, but I am going to tell you guys right now that 3 Swift is probably your best option as of the Wrathstone patch, or rather post Wolfhunter patch, because the nerf to the speed potions that I display in my first 2 Griffinheart videos and the vCR tank build has been nerfed to the point where you can't really use it. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's the green pot version of Essence of Lingering Health. Gives you, health per second back, gives you Major Vitality, and also gave you Major Expedition for the full duration of the potion. But now it's only like 15 seconds of Major Expedition, so it's kind of useless, it's kind of dead. So we're gonna have 3 Swift. Now, you might be wondering why not use Chains? Well, you can, but that kind of just takes up a bar slot, which I don't really like. So that's why we have 3 Swift instead of Chains or the Major Expedition pots. And enchantment wise on the jewelry, gonna be all Magic Rico, and your Mundus Stone is going to be the Atro. Unfortunately, apparently I don't have the Atro. I'll show you guys right now what the stats look like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll want Crusher on your Ice Staff or Lightning Staff back bar. Your Sword and Board bar, doesn't really matter if it's Crusher or not, because sometimes you may not be able to apply Crusher from the wall, especially if you have Lightning swapped to you from a dead person or something like that. So it's better to have a weakened value of Crusher than none at all. So, but it's up to you guys whether you want to put Crusher on both bars for Cloud Rest or put a weakening enchant on the Sword and Board bar or something else. You do not want to put poisons on your Sword and Board bar, as I covered in another video, covering why the poisons are bugging the enchantment on your back bar out. So if you, just as a quick recap, if you have white CP 150 poisons, it will degrade, and it procs, it will degrade the gold CP 160 Crusher enchant on your back bar to the CP 150 white quality Crusher enchant, which is a big no-no. So yeah, take your pick your poison. But yeah, the stats wise, this is Nord Dragonknight, so it's honestly doesn't really matter if you're Nord or Imperial at this point in Cloud Rest. It's very easy to sustain through. And we're going to have Atro, and we're going to have about 1500 magic recovery. The max health doesn't really matter. It can be anywhere between 35 to 38k health or 35 to 40k health. Doesn't really matter. It is up to you. and you want stage 3 vampirism at most. And that's pretty much it. Your spell resistance is almost near cap with the Nord and with the CP setup I'm going to show you guys here pretty soon. But yeah, 3 Swift instead of 3 Harmony. If you are going to try out healing the Bane, while it is possible, it's pretty difficult for a lot of groups to do so, to coordinate the bone surge for the tank during execute from the healer, and depending on your group strat or what your goal is, if it's a Griffin or something, I highly recommend swapping with the other tank if you are going for, you know, like a no death Griffin heart run. So 3 Harmony doesn't really come into the equation for that, so 3 Swift it is. Bar setup wise, Dragon Blood on the front bar, Pierce Armor, Igneous Shield, Heroic Slash, Balance, and Horn. Obviously the balance can be on the back bar or the front bar, doesn't really matter. Engulfing on the back bar or front bar, Inner Range, Wall, Ice Wall, Lightning Wall, whatever. Bone Surge if you are the group tank during execute on the left or right stack. If you are the off-tank Kite and Crushing Darkness during execute, you will want Alter instead of Bone Surge, and Elemental Drain if you are one of the 2 main tanks swapping on Zamajo, especially when you go down. You only use this when you go down to crystals. Makes healing crystals a lot faster for the mag DPS going down. And for the Magma Shell on the back bar, it's always nice to have. You don't want to die as a tank. It's more embarrassing to die as a tank than, you know, using Magma. I don't know why a lot of tanks have so much pride in this. Not using it, it's a skill, use it. And that's pretty much it. You sometimes have a death slot or 2 depending on what your group is doing. But yeah, that is pretty much it. A lot of people are actually telling me, hey, Introspection worked out pretty nicely still. If you're going to go for the Magic Rico build, initially I did not do Magic Rico builds in Wolfhunter because I just wanted to try out Introspection and it worked out pretty well. But if you're going for a Magic Rico build with Atro and Magic Rico enchants, then you don't really need Introspection at all. It's actually, in my opinion, Magic Rico build in vCR is probably a bit better than using Introspection or relying on it, especially when you go downstairs. So it's up to you. It's still up to you, but this is pretty much what I would prefer to run all the time. CP wise, it's going to look like this. We have 75 LE, 66 stick, 43 quick recovery, 5 spell shield, 81 ironclad. And green tree, pretty straightforward. You don't really need any bashing focus. You may need break free from the Reliquant Cascade and so on. Sprinter, 56 Arcanus, 15 Tenacity, 72 Shadow Ward, and 51 Tumbling. Blue tree is gonna be towards healing and such. That's pretty much it. You want the 120 Ritual for the Last Stand perk for the major heroism if you fall below 20% health. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. A quick update on what you should do as a Dragonknight tank in Veteran Cloud Rest, regardless of whether it's +0, +1, +2, or +3. Obviously, there will be people that have different opinions on how to set up the Torgs and so on, but this is just my view on it. And again, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the future. One thing people keep bringing up is Absorb Magicka. As a final note, you can use it. It's safer, but I personally don't have a need for it, and it's really up to you. Whatever works for you, go for it.